All right, so are you saving enough money? Are you doing it the right way? It turns out that the way you save money could actually depend on your age.
All right, Daniel Gamez, you know the detonator here. He's the debt attorney joining us to tell us how we should be saving money and managing our finances from age to age. From what? You taking it by decades, or how do you break it down normally?
We can take it from graduation college, from 20s up to your 50s going into retirement, and try to figure out different strategies you can use to decrease the debts that you have so you can live a better life.
So you coach folks on this?
I do coach folks on this. In my debt settlement practice, I work with a lot of individuals that are facing a variety of debts. And I really work with them to try to develop a plan that's going to help them get out of debt now so they can start doing things like saving for their retirement in the future and just not living that stressful life of debt.
You know, I've tried to explain to my kids over and over again, you know, you would rather have people owe you money, as in people paying you interest
right.
On investments, rather than you owing other people all the time.
That's right.
And it's very stressful.
That's right.
So the way you save is different, you know, for a 22-year-old and a 55-year-old, right?
Absolutely. Your debt's going to be different as you go through life, and the idea is just to develop a plan ahead of time so that you know what you're doing and that you can stay debt-free, which is everybody's goal, really.
You want to quiz us a little bit
You're
here?
gonna
That's
quiz
sure.
us.
We're all set up
let's
for it.
Let's quiz it. Okay.
Okay. Now, you know, she's a notorious cheater.
I do cheat, but I admit to cheating, so it's not that bad, right?
That makes it fine.
Makes it okay.
Well, we can point out that Mark's cheating right now. Get your hand down.
What? Oh. Hand down?
Hand down.
Look at her.
No, put your hand on the table.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, question number one. Since 2001, the private student loan market has increased from $7 billion to A, $13 billion, B, $18 billion, or C, $20 billion. Kristen.
I'm going to go with B, $18 million.
It's actually $20 billion.
That was my answer.
Oh, it was not.
It's amazing. I mean, I've contributed heavily to this with my kids' college.
Look, private student loans are a big issue, and what you need to think about when you're graduating from college, after you graduate, start paying back those student loans as quickly as you can. Cut your expenses if you need to. If you need to move back home with mom and dad, do it. If you need to have roommates, do it. But one of the more popular methods that people are using now is the avalanche or the snowball method, and I think we've talked about this before.
We have.
And the idea is just to pay down the highest interest card first, make an additional payment. So make your regular monthly payment and then send another one in and make sure that the lender is applying that to the principal and not to a future payment.
Right. Yeah. So this is the one time when it's really okay to pay the minimum payment because you're paying it on the less expensive cards and make an extra payment on the one that's really costing you a lot of money. Until that one's gone, then you take all that money that you were putting there onto the next card, plus whatever you were already putting on that card, and then you get this avalanche effect.
That's right, and and then once you get to the end, those last ones, they go away quickly.
Really fast.
Really fast.
Right. Okay, another question.
All right, question number two. How much does the average American spend on unnecessary items? A, 10%.
Way too much.
That's not correct.
Way too much.
That's not one of the answers.
Oh, okay.
10%, 15%, or 20%. Kristen.
I'm going to go with 15%.
I think she might have looked.
No, I didn't.
Sure.
I actually was
right there where it says answer, 15%. You didn't see that? Okay.
Actually, I didn't. I was looking right here.
That's
I admit
okay.
to cheating. You know that.
Okay, that's true.
I do admit.
And unnecessary expenses. Okay, look at things like your cable bill, your telephone bill. See if there's ways to cut back on what you're spending. You may not need 10,000 minutes on your phone, or you may not need the premium package. The idea is to try to cut your expenses down and get a plan together so you can pay off some of your other debts.
Okay.
So the key for everybody to really realize is just to know what you owe, develop a plan to pay off that debt, and then stash the plastic. If you don't need it, just don't even put it in your wallet. So you're
Dan,
not
I think we got
tempted to
time
use
for
it.
one more.
Okay, one more. All right. True or false? Medical bills are the biggest cause of U.S. bankruptcies.
That is true.
That is true.
We've talked about that as it relates to health care for the last several years.
Right. And
but how do you avoid that? That's my question. If you have health issues or someone in your family has health problems, how do you avoid incurring the debt?
well, first of all, make sure you're insured. Now that we have the new health care, everybody has to do that.
You would think.
But plan ahead of time. You know, if you're going in for a procedure, make sure that it's covered. So make sure that all the healthcare providers that you're with are in your network, because a lot of times the anesthesiologist might not be in your network. And then, you know, save for a rainy day. If you have money, put it aside for those medical expenses if you have them. And just make sure that you're looking at your bill So make sure that you're getting charged the correct amounts.
Okay, folks want to get in touch with you. Give me the website again.
It's GamezLawFirm.com.
Okay, very Gamez.
Gamez.
Fantastic. All right, Daniel, as always, good to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
for coming.
Thank you.
Oh, look at you.
What?
Played it straight up this time.
I know. I've
And you
recovered.
won.
I'm no longer a cheater.
We're coming right
we'll
back.
be right back.